see how we represent cluster states. In the previous lecture, we have already seen how it is represented, but let me put it in a more concrete way and tell you some important points of that particular representation. So, cluster states are basically represented by graph states. Okay. Now, what are graph states? As I mentioned in the last lecture, I have a plus state, then I have a plus state, then I have a plus state, then I have a plus state. Okay, so and they are linked this way. Okay, this plus could be some other state as well. Okay, so graph states are basically states where circles or dots, mostly circles, denote your qubits. Okay, and so the circles, which are the nodes, or they are also called, they are nothing but the vertex, they denote the qubit. Okay, so they denote the qubit, and the lines connecting them, these lines denote, which are the edges. Okay, so nodes, vertex and edges. Edges denote the CZ operations. Okay, or the entanglement between them. Also, many a times we also talk about the weightage of these edges. So we give certain weightage to particular edges. So it might be, suppose this is 0, this state is 0, this state is 1, this state is 0, this state is 1. Let's say, I'm just reducing. And I say wherever 1 and 1 are connected, that has a higher weightage. Okay, let's say G prime, and wherever 0 and 1 are connected, they have a lower weightage. Okay, G. So this weightage of the edge, weightage of edges, denotes the interaction strength. Interaction strength between the qubits. So this is how we represent a cluster state. Alright. And so what are the terms that we should remember? Nodes, and then edges, and then the weightage of the edges, and what do they correspond to? Nodes or vertex correspond to the particular qubit states, okay, in which the state is prepared, and the edges correspond to the CZ operations or the entanglement between them, and the weightage of the edges correspond to the interaction strength between those qubits, okay, for that particular edge. Alright. Also, how you prepare them basically? How you prepare those states? Preparation. You first take an array of plus states. Array of plus states. Okay. And then link them by CZ operations. Okay, so you have plus, 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 plus. You operate a CZ, then you operate a CZ, 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 and then you conduct measurement. Okay, as I mentioned, there would be one measurement on this qubit, let's say, and you get a certain outcome based on which basis, which measurement basis you have used, okay, for measuring that particular quantum state, and that measurement result would give you an idea of which basis you would be using for your next measurement. Okay, so the measurement is done in a particular way, and it so happens that the measurement of the previous quantum state governs the measurement of the subsequent quantum states. Okay. So because the basis of the measurement are decided by the previous outcomes basically. Okay. And yeah, that's how you prepare and do the cluster state computing basically, and this is the representation of the cluster states. Another beauty about this graph states is they could be also mapped to a matrix. Okay, and that matrix is known as adjacency matrix. Adjacency matrix. I'm very bad at English, so forgive me for my pronunciation. It's ADJNCE. CENCY. Okay, let's see in the next lecture.